That moves around. So whoever's talking, hang on to that. Who's going first?
Maybe because of the big screen, that's why it's coming like that. But that, yeah, because it's the biggest screen.
Okay. What is it? I can.
I told give it to, I told backward. And for me,
I will do this. Okay.
That's Sunny's going to do.
Yes, when you do this.
So who's going first?
Do it.
And she needs to speak around.
Just go.
Go to her.
When you're ready to open.
Okay. Yeah, because I need to explain everyone. Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is my group, and I will do the introduction. So I'm gonna introduction the members of our group. We have 4 beautiful ladies in our group, and I'm Joda. I'm from Kiribati, and I'm gonna explain the first part of our slide. And this is Sunny. She's from Korea, and she's gonna do the second part of our presentation. And who's that third one? This is Rachinda, and she's gonna do the second last part of our presentation. And Ravneet, she's doing the last part and doing the conclusion too. And I'm doing now the introduction. Next. So, the first one. The first one. This one? No.
This features.
Yes. As you can see, this is our topic. We choose asthma, and as you can see, our names and ID numbers, because we make sure that we don't leave any one of our group, that we put their name on our cover page. The second slide is our content. The first one, as you can see, there's my name at the end, and that is the one that I'm gonna do and explain everything about it. The second is Sunny's part, and Rajendra and Ravneet. So we're gonna move to our third slide. Okay, so this is we choose asthma, and as you can see, this is a picture of how we got asthma, or how it happened to our system in our body. So there's a definition. Asthma is a disease of kind of a bronchi, and a bronchi is a a passageway to our lungs. So it's it starts from the nose. When you breathe in, it starts from the nose, and I'm gonna show you the picture in the next slide. Okay, so there is a definition there, and the causes, we just provide some causes how the asthma cause. Genetic and environmental factors usually play an important role. For example, allergies, smoke, pollution, cold and dry hair, or etc. Some medication can cause asthma too, and emotions like stress or laughter. Like if you are laughed in a very long time, and maybe you can getting tired, and then you have a like that, a shortness of breath. And the next one is the symptoms. Some symptoms: coughing, whistling sounds, like when it really happens. Sometimes it really happens at night time when you sleep. You can hear when you have a child, and you can hear your child the wheezing sound when she's breathing or like that, and the shortness of breath, chest tightness, or etc. But that's some of the symptoms that we provide. And the next one, the impact, how the asthma impacts a person. It can make the person like limit social activities, like when you are an active person, you can't do a lot of exercise for a long time because it's not good for the person who have asthma. Travel or exercise, as I talked about before, it can cause asthma can cause depression, tired, or fever to a person, because when you are having asthma for a long time, you can be depressed and tired of it, and you want to go to the doctor to help you how to deal with that kind of condition. The second last, breathing difficulties and trigger coughing, shortness of breath at night. As I said before, it's really like when you sleep at night, it's really, you can hear a voice only at night, but when in the daytime, you some of it you can hear, but it really happen in the night time. So this the last one, the treatment, which I just put some treatment there, but one of us will explain in the last slide. Environmental therapy is a good way to recognize and avoid risk factors. And this is our reference. And this is our photo for the normal airways and bronchi. And as you can see, this patient is very having a hard time, and she hold it just like she's having like asthma. So we're gonna move to my last part. Thank you, Sunny. Okay, so this one, as you can see, is a normal airways. And if you see that, it's really open, better than this one. As you can see in this one, it's really like thin, and that's why it can make the air struggle to go in and goes out. That's why you can be tired or having a wheezing sound from this, because it's not really quite open. And this one, these pictures is those, those pipes, bronchi, and their name is bronchi. And it happens from the nose when you breathe in the nose to the the nose from until the lungs. So as you can see, and this one, I'm so sorry, I forgot. This one, when you see that, it happened like inflamed or swollen, like a swollen inside your body. So that's why it's make a little bit smaller. And you can see this is an extra mucus from the nose. As you can see, when you have some cough, and you can have some mucus there, so it can head up to the bronchi, and it can make a little bit thin, and it can make you hard to breathe. So that's all, and thank you for listening. And we're gonna move to Sunny's part.
Yeah, my turn. Okay, I'm gonna explain about prevalence of asthma in New Zealand. According to OECD statistics, New Zealand has a high prevalence of asthma of OECD countries internationally. OECD reported that 13% of children 2 to 14 years old and 12% of adults were taking asthma medication in New Zealand. In 2018, hospital admission rate in young children aged 0 to 4 years are much higher than in children aged 5 to 14 and adults. Also, this proportion is 3.2 times higher for Pacific Islander and 2.8 times higher for Maori than for other ethnic groups in New Zealand. In 2010 to 2015, mortality of asthma was highest among those aged over 65 years and was higher in women than men. Mortality rate of asthma was 4.3 times higher for Maori and 3.2 times higher for Pacific people. Socio-economic differences are also reflected in prevalence and mortality rate of asthma. The prevalence of asthma was 1.4 times higher in deprivation conditions than in general state. And the asthma mortality rate was 2.6 times higher in poverty than in the general. So look at the chart. In 2021, Maori and Pacific people have higher rate than Asian, European, and other ethnic groups. And then especially women has a more highest than men. And then the other image also shows same result. Maori and Pacific people has a higher rate than European or other ethnic group. Also, deprivation have deprivation and asthma are also related. Okay, thank you.
Hi everyone. Yeah, is this one? Oh. Hi everyone. My name is Rajinder. I am going to talking about 6 healthcare practice of asthma in New Zealand. This is the 6 right medications, self-care practice, and education and informations, and asthma action plan, asthma app, and asthma control test. And the right medications, asthma can be controlled, right inhaler given by the doctor. And inhaler is a 2 type inhalers, and the one is a preventer to prevent the symptoms, and next one is relievers, and reliever if have you symptoms. And follow the New Zealand guideline, asthma guidelines used for the inhalers. Inhaler used for the 3 steps. The first step preventer. This one is orange color is the preventer one, and the preventer is preventer inhaler given twice a day. And the next one is the relievers. This one is a 2 cover. This we using like this blue one. This reliever 1 or 2 puffs give relievers is the for mild moderate symptoms. And next third steps 6 puffs reliever and 6 puffs breathe. And every we need use this one is the sun suppressor, and we need take off this one and put and we take slowly the each one in the puff inside and slowly the breathe out. Every each one is the 6 we need puff. And next one go to the emergency department if symptom is not controlled. And the next one the self-care practice, taking medication on time and taking enough water and avoid trigger, and next tracking symptoms. If not going like that near things, some like might be allergic. So take care like tracking symptoms. Next one, asthma action plan. Asthma action plan can be help the patient control symptoms. The plan can be created with a doctor or nurse has follow some steps. A symptom get worse. And the next one, asthma app. Action app can also be created in asthma app with a doctor. App can be used to see important patient medication information, and plan from app can be shared with the family and the caregivers. And app also has first aid information and step follow in the emergency. Next one is the asthma control test. Asthma control test help patients see if they are taking they are getting some maximum benefit from treatments. Test score help see if symptoms are controlled well, and doctor can change treatment plan if symptoms are not controlled. And the last one is education and information. It is important to educate patient and family member about right care plan. And a GP should give the patient and family right health information and tell them about the right service to assess. And it is proven that patients with the good primary care have better health, and regular checkups with GP help with right treatment plans. Thank you for everyone listening to me. This is after this. Yeah. Take this one.
Hi guys, my name is Ravneet Kaur, and now I am going to explain a role of HCA in caring asthma patients and how I can incorporate patient-centered care in my care. So first of all, I have chosen two principles. First is respecting the individual, and second is communication. So first of all, I'm going to explain the principle respecting the individual. So first of all, I need to know who is a person behind the patient. So every asthma patients have unique qualities, or they can have their own likes, dislikes, preferences, choices, or they may have a different age group, they can belong to different culture or ethnicity. So all these things I need to know, and so that I can incorporate into their individualized care plan. For example, in Maoris, they may have a various tapu and noa practices, and like storing the medicines away from food. But same times I need to be careful. They have their like inhalers keep the inhalers handy so that they can reach when they have symptoms or the triggers. Or maybe same example I can use in the Maori health, like a tonga. So they can have some kind of necklace around around their neck. So whenever they have tightness of chest, or they are having symptoms, then I need to make sure with the patient that if I gonna touch it, I need to ask them. So I need to know everything, their beliefs, their customs, so that I can incorporate into the individualized asthma care plan. And then I have to, as a healthcare, I have to work towards their individual goals of asthma care. For example, if someone wants to build up an active lifestyle, then I have to help them. Like if they want to go for a walk, if they want to go for a jogging, then I need to be aware of those kind of things, and especially drinking enough water. And because it is very important to keep the track of having enough water, because it keeps them hydrated. And then involving their family or friends to improve care experience, like in decision making, and how I can improve the comfort and quality of life. And so I have to keep involve all the family in the decision making as well. And the most important thing is understanding of their environment in which they are living. It can be a child, my patient could be a child, or a old person, or any active person. They have a different environment. Maybe they are going, a child can maybe go to school, or the other, like a healthy person can go to work, and older patient could be in the rest home or in the residential home. So I need to know their environment and what are the triggers in their environment. That is important. So I need to respect the individual as a whole and who is the person behind the patient. So that's the most important thing. And the second is communication. So always as a HCA, we need to active listening to the asthma patients. First of all, like to know their feelings, how they are feeling today, and if they have any symptoms, they are feeling like tightness in their chest, or they are having cough or any other issues, and then asking simple questions from asthma patients, like so that it helps me to know them better, like asking them what are your asthma triggers, and what is the number and severity of your asthma attacks, and how severe they can go, and how manageable they are, what is your emergency action plan, and who I can contact if there is an emergency. So these things are the part of communication. And following asthma care plan, so documenting and signing. So there are a lot of things as HCA we can record as a part of our communication, like documenting and signing fluid intake chart. It is very important, especially for kids and for the older people, because hydration helps in thinning the mucus, and it helps them to breathe them better, because it can easily move through their airways. So that's why hydration is important. Write down their progress notes if they are in the rest homes or residential areas, especially for the older people, and the physically activity record. That's important as well, because for some of the asthma patients, the physical activity can be a trigger, even if it is good for a lung health. But like if someone is running or jumping on the trampoline, it can trigger their asthma. So that's why I need to take a record of all those things so that I can pass to GP or nurse. And then talking to nurse is very important if there is change in any normal activities like eating or sleeping of a patient, or they have a difficulty in speaking a fewer words, and change in their skin color like blue lips or fingertips, and if there is continuous cough and wheezing. So need to tell nurse as soon as possible. And I should involve family members or friends always, because it's help to keep the asthma patient, to give them right treatment. And I have to share everyday care experience, patients' health and daily activities, and informing and helping them to educate about any triggers in their home. Even the trigger could be changing the air filters, because sometimes we are not aware of that. So I can point out those triggers and can find out and communicate. And last is encouraging and supporting asthma patients in daily activities. So the role of HCA is very important here, to motivate them so that they can do activities for themselves, okay? Like even the self-care, or even knowing their triggers better. So that's all from my part. And so these are our references. If you need to know further information about asthma, you can go to these websites. And now this is a kind of summary for the information I'm giving to you. So this is just telling you know what is asthma, what are the aims, common symptoms, causes, treatment, and these are the emergency contact numbers where you can go if someone maybe in your family or your friends having an asthma attack. And there are some excess of services websites you can go. I hope you have enjoyed this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.